Today let's try and see how to create a web service. So I'm going to create a new application. Okay, the new application I'm going to create. So let's go and create the same arithmetic web service from BW6 this time. Okay. So for that, first we need the abstract visitor. Okay, so let's go and import the abstract visitor. I have already created the abstract visitor. So let's go and import the abstract visitor. Okay, so right click on how to import visitor, we know it already. So right click on service descriptor, go and import service import wizard and select import from a file. Next, browse it here and go to the visitor location where it resides. Okay, so this is where my visitor resides. Select the visitor. So this is my concrete abstract visitor I have already created, and I am importing it into my local project. Okay, so as you can see here, it also imported the XSD, not only the visual, it also imported the XSD. Okay, so I have just used the XSD imports in the visual, so that is the reason why it is importing the XSD as well along with the visual. Okay, so you can see the XSD, it simply contains three integers A, B, C, and the request contains A and B, and the reply contains C. Okay, so and simply use the same XSD while creating the visual. So that is the reason why it has imported the XSD along with the visual. Okay, guys. So after that, so by default it has created a process. I don't need to use it. I'm just removing the process definition. Okay. So right click on visual, which we have just imported, and go to web service. Sorry, here business works processes, generate process, and go for create soap binding. Okay, so after selecting the create soap binding, it is going to generate a process definition for you. This is how it looks. Okay, so we have three operations in our visitor: addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So that is the reason why it has created the three blocks for you. This is for addition, this is for subtraction, and this is for multiplication. Okay, guys, and here we can implement our logic. Okay, this is starting point and this is ending point for each and every resource, for each and every operation. Okay, so here we need to implement our logic. Okay, you can go and check the add output. This is reply activity. We have not we have. Okay, this is reply activity. You can go and check the output, sorry, input of it. It contains the C, the reply element. Okay, and you can see the data source. It contains request A and B, and similar lines for subtraction and multiplication. Okay, so So my whistle contains 3 operations, so that is the reason why it has only 3 blocks. If my whistle contains 10 operations, it has 10 blocks. Okay guys. So after that, we need to implement the logic part. What? Operation. Okay, so now it is simple operation. Okay, we don't require complex logic here. We just need to addition and subtraction and multiplication, right? So select the addition or operation and go here. So we need to do A plus B. So it is giving me some error. This is the fixer. You can click the fixer and select the checkbox fix and press OK. So that it will try to fix the problem if it can able to. Okay. And on similar lines for subtraction, B and here I'm doing here. After that, we have A multiplies B. Again, it is showing me some problem. Fix it. Okay, that's it, guys. So with that, I have implemented the logic for my application, my web service. Okay, for each and every operation. You can see here. Yesterday, while creating the client, we have a reference here, the purple one. Okay, now if you can see here, we have a service here. We don't have any reference here, right? That is, yesterday we are invoking the web service. Today we are trying to create a web service. So that is the reason why we have the service now. We don't have any reference here. And yesterday we have invoked a service, right? So that is the reason why we have a reference here. Okay, the purple color, and this is the green color, the service. Okay, is that clear, guys? Okay, now if you can see here, we still at process level, okay, at BW process level, we don't have any validation errors, okay, but at project level we have a validation error, if you can see here. Okay, so let's see how to fix that. So as we discussed yesterday, okay, so we need to use an HTTP client if we want to invoke a service, but we need to use a HTTP connection, okay, if we want to expose it, we want to create a website. Okay, in that case, let's go and create a HTTP connection. Right click on the resources folder here, go to new and go to HTTP connector. Okay, so let's rename it mathematic connector. Okay, so it is going to create a HTTP connector for you, and here, so by default it try to take the host name from a global variable. Okay, let's not go for global variable now, we'll come to that point later. So right click, just click this button and select the literal value so that we can hard code that. So localhost, and here we can mention the port 260. I am giving port 5260 as port. Okay, and remaining things I can keep as it is. So with that, I have created the HTTP connector resource, and after that, still if you can see here, there was a validation problem here. So This is where we have the validation problem. Module descriptor. Go and select the overview, and under that, not overview, here components. Okay, go and select the components here. So this is the process definition which we have just created, right? This one, arithmetic operations, right? This is the process definition which we have just created. But the problem here is we haven't mapped the transport. That is causing the problem here. Okay, so go to components. Okay, go to components and select these things, the operation which we have just created. Okay, you can select that. Here we have a transport type. So here we have a drop down box. Okay, so for any web service, okay, we can use a HTTP connection or a JMS connection. Okay, so if you want to use an HTTP connection, use that HTTP connection from the drop down, and it will ask you to which HTTP connector we need to use. Okay, so we have just created a HTTP connection, right? So go and select the HTTP connection and save it. Upon saving it, okay, the validation error has gone. That means with this, my project was configured properly without any validation errors. Okay, guys. So this is my endpoint URI. If you want, you can make it. If you want, you can change it to different thing actually. Okay. For now, I'm keeping it as it is. I'm not changing it. And again, this is your target namespace. Again, if you want, you can change it this as well. But I'm keeping it as it is. Okay. After with that, I'm done with my service development. Okay, whenever this some third-party application wanted to invoke our web service, okay, we need to give them a concrete install. Okay, so how to create a concrete install from BW6? So again, go to module descriptor components here. Okay, so go here and select the bindings. After selecting the bindings, okay, we can see here the generate concrete install here. Okay, so click this link and it will ask you the location where you want to create a concrete install. Okay, so let's select file system and I'm selecting desktop. So here I can give something like this. Okay, so I'm giving this file name so that it will export the concrete system. Visual file is created at location. Okay, so this file is created and we can simply go and use the same visual to invoke this web service which we have just created. Okay. So let's go and create a debug configuration to test it. All and select the soap service which we have just created. Apply. And debug. So upon selecting the debug, okay, so it will take you to the debug view where we can test our application. So meanwhile, let me open soap UI. So my application is started. Now go here in the new job project. It's the concrete vessel which we have just created. Okay, where is it? Yeah, this is the one we have just created. It has three operations. Let's go and select addition. Right here, OT. So I'm getting the response back saying 60. Okay, you can go and check here. It created a job for you. Okay, so on message. Okay, so you can see here upon selecting this job, okay, it will highlight the operation which it got executed. So add and on message start is this activity. Okay, it highlights that. You can go and check the job data here. It shows you the job data which it received. Okay, 40 and 20 on message end. This is the one, and this is add out. This is the activity to send the response back. Okay, so 60. Let's go and execute the application. So I'm receiving 800. You can go and check. One more job has created here. If you can highlight that, it will highlight that particular operation which it got executed. And similar lines of subtraction 20 and 40. I'm receiving 20. Let's go and check here. So another job has created here. You can highlight that. The operation which was executed is going to highlight it. Okay, so this is the job ID actually, BW0A100. This is the job ID, and the same as in BW5.x also we have the job ID, right? So the same job ID. But in BW5.x it is going to be an integer, but here it is going to be a combination of integer as well as some characters. Okay, guys. So this is how we can create a web service from 6.x. Okay, is that clear? Any questions so far? Guys, after Ram, Arshad.
No, no, Rahul. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, perfect.
So in BWS, can we create the service?
Sorry?
Can we uh, uh, so that can we create the services in 6?
Yeah, this is what, right? We have just created a service, soap service.
No, you are just imported the visual so
Uh-huh.
that we can create the visual in BW6 also.
Yeah, you mean to say how to create a visual in BW. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can create a visual simply.
so that you can go a simple example through like because in BW5 it's so it's somewhat complicated in BW5. So in
No,
BW6 how it is?
no, BW5 is very simple actually. BW6 is we
Yeah,
make it
like
complicated. In
we
BW6,
are just to have to add the port type, the
yeah,
messages and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But in BW6,
Yeah,
so in BW6,
in
how is it?
BW6 it is going to be a bit complex actually. One second.
Okay.
So here new, right click on the service descriptor
Mm-hmm.
and go to new and select the visitor file. Okay, and name it something like okay. Protocol is going to be so. difference is going to create the distance. Okay, so it contains a message. It contains a message. It contains an operation also. Okay, so you can simply go and add the message. It's, this is input and output operation. Let me import the schema as well then. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. I'll just prepare a simple video around this. Okay, how to create a visual, and I'll share with you. Okay, instead of wasting here. Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Okay, perfect. So
And
yeah, yeah. Tell me.
so by what time you will be coming on schemas, XXD and XML? So like in how many days it will be the topic will be coming for us?
You
So
mean
because in my company they are using that so much, so I was
XML and
thinking to
XSD?
learn, yeah, XML, XHD schemas, so like that. So in how many days you are taking that topic, like when you're saying that
Okay,
topic?
so XSD and XML. So maybe we can take it tomorrow itself. No problem with that actually.
So, but okay, you do have so you have a plan, right? So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was I'm asking.
I
So
have a
I
plan
don't want to disturb your
actually.
plan.
Okay, not a problem actually. So we can change the concept actually, the sequence. Okay, we don't need to follow a particular sequence or kind of thing. Okay, so if you want, we can discuss them tomorrow itself. Okay, in that case, we'll just discuss the XSD concept tomorrow. Okay, so how to create an XSD and work with them in tomorrow's class.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that's.
Okay, so
Thanks, Rob.
no problem.
So are we done with the class today?
No, no, not yet. You want me to stop it here?
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Yeah.
How is the class
Okay. So the basic difference, right, you understand, right? So how to create this. So when we create a service, okay, we need to use HTTP connectors, and when we invoke a service, we need to use HTTP client. Okay, that is the basic difference we need to remember. After that, you can see here. Let's take Java. Okay, whenever we write a Java code, okay, so we normally use a package. Under package, we are going to write Java class, right, guys? Hello.
Yes, yes.
So on similar lines, okay,
I
BWC.
haven't came across any Java codes, like not yet. So I
Okay,
don't
then
know.
in that case, forget about Java. Okay, so you can take, okay, in earlier 5.x, we open a 5.x project. So we can create some folders inside a project, and under that we can place our process definition. Okay, to segregate them actually. Okay, but on similar lines, okay, here we have a concept called package. Okay,
Okay.
the business works package. The package, okay, if you are familiar with Java, okay, there also they use the concept of package. Okay, under package, okay, they'll create Java classes, but here in BW6, okay, we are going to create process definition under package. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's go and see how it got created. Right click, properties, and this is where my project has created in my hard disk. Okay, so this is the project which I have just created. Okay, so client, you can see here And so under this, I have a processes folder. Go to processes folder. So this is the package name I have, soap underscore client. Okay, soap underscore client. Package name is that nothing but, okay, in background it is going to be a folder itself again. Okay, so dot module. Okay, soap underscore client dot module. This is my package name, and this is where my process definition is going to reside. Okay, so this is how BW6 maintains the process definitions actually. So it creates a package in the background, package here. Under package, we are going to create the process definition. Okay, it is mandatory. Okay, guys. And one more thing, how to work with sub processes. Okay, so let's go and create a sub process. So in BW,
Invoking
sorry.
here there is a subprocess concept or invoking concept in BW6.
Yeah, there is a sub process, but we still use invoke activity.
Oh, okay,
Okay, so let's go and see how it works.
okay.
So normally in BW5.x, okay, we'll simply create
By
any
process.
process, define some parameters to it, and take another process definition. So use simply a call process activity. So from call process, we can simply go and select the process definition which you want to invoke, so that will give you the input here and output here. Okay, so this is how we do in BW5.x, right? So in BW6.x, we don't have any concept of call process activity. We don't have any call process activities in BW6. Okay, in that case, how we are going to work with that? Let's go and create a simple process. Okay, test the process. So as we discussed earlier, it is going to create a process definition by default under this package. Okay, this package is nothing but hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
there was a power problem actually. Yeah. So this package name is nothing but your project name itself. Okay, test underscore sub process, right? So this is what your project name and the dot module. Okay, so it creates the package name is same as your sub process itself. Okay, if you want, you can change it to something else. Okay, for now we are proceeding with the default package name itself. Okay, so let's go and create a new process definition. Okay, here we have, okay, right click on the package, go new, and here we have BW subprocess. Otherwise select BW process. Okay, so BW process, and here we have an empty process, and here we have a subprocess. If we select an empty process, okay, uh, we can create a process definition with any process starter like file poller, JMS queue receiver, something like that. Okay, if you want to create a simple sub process, okay, then we can go for sub process here. Okay, and sp1. So we'll come to this public and private later. Okay, for now I'm making it public, and I'm selecting sub process. I'm naming it sp1 and finish it. Okay, so it is going to add a sub process. It is going to add the sub process under same package at the same package level. Okay, so this is how your sub process looks. Okay, this is your start activity, and this is your end activity. Okay, so by default we have start and end activities here, and if you can see here, it is also a service. It contains a service. Okay, and go to start, and it contains a service, and it contains a single operation of the name is operation again, and select the start. You can go and select the output editor. Okay, it contains a single parameter. Okay, so let me go and remove it completely and add a new parameter. Okay, so to add a new parameter, so this is default. Okay, you can't change it, operation request, so it remains there, and select this. On top of it, press this button. Okay, add message part. Okay, it is going to add a parameter for you for the start activity. So let me make it a, and primitive data type. Okay, select keep the primitive data type. Okay, if you want to use any XSD, okay, you can go for type, but for now I'm using primitive data type, and I'm making integer data type, and the and again here again I'm making int. And after selecting the data type, okay, accept the changes, press this button. So it is going to, it sometimes, okay, it won't accept the changes immediately. You need to do it again and again. So I have a, let me go and change it integer again and again. So now it has accepted the change. It is integer now. Okay, and again add one more parameter, b, and primitive data type, integer, and int, and accept. Okay, still the changes were not reflected. Don't need to do it again. Okay, this time the changes affected. Okay, that means I have defined two parameters here, a and b, as input. Okay guys, to start activity, let me go and define the output of this process definition. Okay, that is at end activity. So select the end and input editor. Go to input editor. So it has only one parameter. I'm removing that completely, and I'm making it c. The parameter c, I'm making it integer, not here, integer, and accept change. Okay, this time it accepted. Okay, so that is, I'm receiving two parameters a and b, and I'm giving a single parameter as output c. So let me go and add that simply. Okay, okay. So with that, my process definition is completed. Okay, which accepts two integers a and b, and in the result, it gives the addition of those two integers c. Okay, guys. So this is the simple process definition I have just created. Okay. So whenever here we need to remember is whenever we create a sub process, okay, it also creates a service file. Okay, and go to your main process. General activities and add a timer. Okay, so after adding the timer, go to basic activities. We have an invoke activity, right? So go place it here. So after placing the invoke activity, select a subprocess. Okay, we have used select an interface while invoking a web service, but this time we are going to use select a subprocess. Okay, so we have already created a subprocess, right? So select that subprocess. So after selecting the subprocess, immediately it will add a reference to you. Okay, and if that subprocess contains multiple operations, okay, the same number of operations available here, and we can select the required operation. But for now, we have a single operation, so I'm selecting that single operation. So after selecting that operation, go to input, and here just pass the parameter A and B. So these are the two parameters, right, which we are expecting as part of subprocess A and B. So now I'm giving the two parameters. Okay, guys. So with that, I'm done with my project. Okay, so let's go and create a debugger and test it. Test underscore subprocess and debug it. You can see here, timer process has invoked the invoke activity, and from invoke activity, the subprocess call has been made. Okay, so this is the job for main process, and this is the job for subprocess. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah, yes, Rahul.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's a bit complicated actually when compared to BW5. Okay, the subprocess call is a bit tricky here. Okay, not that straightforward. We need to we need to make it as a sub internally. Okay, BW6 treats the subprocess call as a web service call. Okay, not a simple subprocess call. That is the reason why it is creating the service in the subprocess, and it is creating a reference in the main process. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
put it here. Okay. So let me create another package here. So I'm creating a new package, business works package. Okay. So as you can see, it creates a new package here, and right click on it, create a sub process. Okay, create a new process, sp2, and select the sub process and make it private. And finish. So I have created a new sub process and I made it private. Okay, guys. So what is the meaning of private? Okay. So if I made it private, okay, I can't invoke this sub process from a process definition which is from a different package. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay, I can't invoke this sp2 from process.bwp. Okay,
Different package or different project
different package,
or different.
different package.
Okay.
Okay, so if I make it public, okay, I can invoke it from other packages as well. But if I make it private, okay, I can't invoke it from other packages. I can only invoke it from the process. Hello.
Yeah, Ram.
Yeah, sorry guys. Actually, there was a heavy rain overnight. Actually, that is the reason why there is a lot of power problem. Okay, so if we create any subprocess with private as a scope, okay, so we can't invoke that particular subprocess from other packages. Okay, but we make it as a public subprocess, okay, we can invoke that same subprocess from a different package as well. Okay, so that is the difference between a public and private scope of a subprocess. Okay, okay, is everything clear so far, guys?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we can stop it here for the day. Okay. Okay, so I'll share these videos with you guys, and so from tomorrow we'll continue with XSDs. Okay, the XSD and XML. Okay, so how to handle it.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
Ram.
Arshad and Ram, you can left actually, and after you can stay back.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, nothing. Did you get a chance to go through the TDS which I emailed you?
After your voice is very low.
Did you get a chance to go through the TDS which I emailed you?
No, 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 not yet actually. I think you have shared it very late
Yeah.
in the night
Yes.
actually, right? So let me check.
Yeah. So, anyways,